A possible meteor lit up both the sky and the telephone lines in Western Canada. A huge flash of light briefly turned the dark skies into daylight.
Speculation has pegged it not as a sign of the apocalypse or little green men, but rather a meteorite sailing at 60,000 kilometers an hour.
Researchers also hope to collect enough pieces of the meteorite to allow them to estimate its mass and reconstruct its pre-fall size. Jessica Isaac, Newcap News.
I'm often asked that question. When did I begin to believe? My experience is that it's something like a wave, beginning at a moment undetected, deep in the seat and sea of our souls. And there it begins its journey, picking up speed and support along the way, eventually crashing in an instant on our shore. I believe that wave began for me as a young boy when I would look up at the night sky, perplexed by the enormity of the concept and the gravity of the implication that it went on forever, with no beginning, no end. And then, with the appearance of a strange little man, an angel with the top hat, my life would change forever.
Where's Oliver?
What?
Oliver, where is he?
I don't know. Isn't he here? He said he wanted to walk home.
Walk home? And what do you mean? Wasn't he at practice?
Joni, he hasn't been at practice for weeks. I told you that.
No.
He doesn't want to play hockey. I'm not going to force him to.
No, you said you would talk to him. I assumed you did.
Hey, Charlie. Is Oliver around here?
A ship then, he supposed, or some kind of airship, but there was an oddity and all the sensations for which neither...
Barlow.
Hey, Barlow. Guys.
Mr. Henry.
These kids folks know they're out here. They should get home. Y'all should get home. It's dark out. Supper time.
I guess we sort of lost track of time being in here. But okay.
Ollie, come on, son. Supper's on the table.
Hey, I like the story. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess. See you tomorrow. Now go on.
Ollie, if you're gonna walk home, walk home. Either that or meet me. Don't get me in a jam.
Oh, I know what I want for my birthday.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Fishing pole.
That's kind of random.
Exactly.
Hats off at the table.
This has got to stop.
Quiet.
No. No, you don't think he knows what's going on? He gets it more than anyone. You've got to give him some space. You got to give him some room to grow. You got to have some faith here.
I
You're
do not
smothering
want to
him.
talk about it.
No, of course you don't.
And don't you dare talk to me about faith. You don't think he knows what's going on with me?
What? Well, all of a sudden, this is about me. What's going on with me?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. He's young. He's not a
I had trusted for so many years that wherever my brother was, that's where the answers were, and where my mother's pain might finally end. But I would soon discover that I would have to break that trust for the search to begin.
What you doing out here, Barlow?
Just taking a walk.
I see that. You've been out here a lot lately. What's going on?
I don't know, I like it. It's quiet.
Pretty snazzy outfit. Can I give you a lift back to your trailer?
No, I'm good.
Looks like you're shivering. It's pretty cold out here.
I'm all right.
Maybe you should head home.
Do I have to?
No. But you know people around here, they look funny at things out of place. Believe me.
Is that why we are out of place? I've been called a lot of things since I got here, but that's the first.
Well, you got me there. You be safe.
Okay.
So the first thing you're going to do is take your knives, the scalpel, and make an incision down the belly from here to here. Then you're going to make a sideways cut at the top and the bottom, just like this, and then slowly open him up, just like you're taking off his shirt. And what's the first thing you're going to see when you look in there? Ollie.
Lungs.
That's right. Lungs. The old windbags. Of course, without those...
No oxygen. All systems shut down. Death.
Death. Yes. Okay, let's dig in.
As the man stood silently before God, he began to visibly shake, not because he had passed from the mortal bounds of earth and into the heavens beyond, but instead sensing it was a time to reconcile the actions of his life and hear his final judgment, fearful of what was to come. God waited for a moment and gently sat forward, his presence more true than the man could have ever imagined, and a voice so gentle and real as the songbird on a spring morning. Then, in a tone without a trace of anger in it, God spoke. You have brought this upon yourself. I have created as such that the bar for man on this earth for righteousness be set extremely high. But to be good, decent, moral, not an unachievable task. To yield to your faith is perhaps a slightly higher challenge, but again, not out of reach. So I then gave you my only son, who, where you were certain to fall short, jumped that mighty bar for you. All that was asked in return was that you ask for forgiveness, and you accept him as your Lord and Savior. You did neither. You were not moral or decent, nor did you recognize the sacrifice that was made when my son lowered that bar for you, dying on the cross. For that, you will never see the light of heaven, only the darkness of the fires in hell. There your lips will be parched 1,000 times worse than the driest desert. The sweet air that now fills your lungs will be replaced with a smoke so black it will choke but never end your agony. And your skin will melt from the flesh and the flesh from the bone for all eternity. The man, his heart now pounding, sensed there would be no reprieve and began to openly weep over his eternal fate. He reached out to God, but God was gone, and with him the man's final judgment for the rest of his days.
Fantastic. Just stupendous. Exactly 2 years to the day. Joan, any word on the national media yet? We catch the eye of any of the big guys? Pretty please?
Still working on it. You know these guys, they always wait till the last minute.
Okay. Hey, Nolan, how are we doing on those fireworks?
Good to go, Bert. Just like I said last week.
Ruth, we good on the added security?
Ready for a ride, Bert.
Good, good. Now I suppose all we need is another meteor to show up in the night, and we're golden. What do you think, Jim? Can you make a call to the big fella?
Well, I can certainly put in a request.
Bert, I don't know about your meteor, but I got some media.
What? Fantastic. Fantastic.
Good job.
I guess that just about does it. We can wrap up the loose ends at council meeting, huh?
Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
Hi, Daddy. I didn't want to disappoint him, but it's only a local cable network.
Well, I'm sure Bert will appreciate anything you can do.
I feel a lecture coming on.
I'm not here to lecture. Just to listen to you.
What exactly do you want to hear?
Whatever you have to say, whatever's on your mind.
I'm just tired. I need everyone, including you, to stop walking around me like you're on broken glass. I see it,
I know it. I appreciate it, but it has to stop.
Took you a long time to get back, but you did. It's just that lately it feels like something new is going on. That's all. And for those of us who care about you, naturally, we're concerned.
Please don't tell me you're having discussions about me behind my back.
No, of course not.
I'm just so tired, Daddy. The arena deadlines, the newspaper deadlines, so much to do at home. Oliver, it's too much.
Well, you're no spring chicken. And I'm sure the hormones aren't helping.
This isn't hormones. And thank you for reminding me. Come on. Hormones? Sorry. I don't know. I just have this horrible feeling. It's dread. And it's not like it was before. It's not the same. It's more sudden. It's like every morning when I wake up, I think, is it going to be today? Is today the day?
Is what going to be the day?
I don't know. This horrible thing that I don't even know what it is. I try so hard, Daddy, to be a good wife and to do everything right and to look good, and I thought I felt good for so long, and all of a sudden, it's like I'm right back where I was. And I don't know why.
How long have you been feeling like this?
Honestly, I don't know if I ever stopped feeling bad. Feeling good. I don't even know if that was ever real.
Are you okay, Miss Henry?
I'm fine, thank you.
We're good here, thanks. Thanks.
I gotta go. I'll be fine. God, I have a mountain of work to do. I have so much to organize. And honestly, I don't want to disappoint Bert, but nobody cares about a hockey rink out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody but us.
Maybe that's all that matters.
Yeah. I gotta go. I'll be fine, Daddy. Hormones.
Slow down. Don't forget to collect your tests at the door. Some of you will be pleasantly surprised, while others will feel like the very frog you took the knife to. Ollie, can you hang back for a minute?
Yeah. What's this?
Your test. You really like this stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it's cool. I don't think I ever got 100 on a test before.
110. Some of the extra credit questions there suggest that it might be more than just cool. Pretty heady stuff, your answers.
It all just makes so much sense. Like it makes everything clear. Clearer.
And that's what clearer?
I don't know. Things. Stuff.
Makes you think about the bigger picture?
Yeah, I guess.
Now that's cool.
I guess it kind of makes it scary, too.
How's that?
Well, makes some of the other stuff, I don't know, maybe not so real.
Like what?
I don't know, like the stuff we learn in church. Kind of makes you wonder what role God plays in all this.
Whoa.
Well, if any.
Might be a little early to take that leap.
Do you think God has something to do with it?
I don't think this is a conversation we should be having.
Why not? I mean, it's just a conversation, right?
Sadly, well, let's say I'm intrigued by the idea of a God as a creator. Ollie, I think this is a discussion you should be having with your parents.
I will. I just want to know what you think. What's wrong with that?
Well, I've always leaned towards science. And the process of proof is a way to understand things. I mean, that's what I teach. That's what I should preach, right? Kidding aside, it's worked for me and brought me some measure of comfort.
Why is that sad? You said, sadly intrigued by God.
Because sometimes fully believing, one way or the other, is just easier. You have like-minded people to support you. Not knowing absolutes can be a frustrating and often lonely place.
So you sit on the fence about God?
I didn't say that, but...
But Ransom, as time wore on, became aware of another, a more spiritual cause for his progressive lightening and exaltation of heart. A nightmare, long engendered.
As intrigued as I was by the irrefutable evidence I found in the belly of that frog, there was something about Barlow, his stories, or perhaps his voice. A curiosity in that voice that seemed to usher me forward, to keep looking, and not give up the search.
Which was supposed to separate the worlds. He had not known how much it affected him until now. Now the very name space seemed a blasphemous label for this Empyrean ocean of radiance in which to swam. He could not call it dead. He felt life pouring into him from it every moment. Who indeed should it be otherwise, since out of this ocean, the worlds and all their life had come? No, space was the wrong name. Older thinkers have been wiser when they named it simply the heavens. Okay, you guys should get home to supper. Go on. Don't want you folks to worry. Out you go. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Barlow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Your dad said you quit playing hockey. I thought you loved hockey. Heck, we even built you a new arena.
It wasn't very good.
Aren't you being a little hard on yourself? You're good.
Let's put it like this. Me and the NHL aren't on a collision course.
You know, it's not always about that.
I don't want to play. Is that okay?
You're old enough to make your own decisions now. But don't you think your dad might be a little disappointed?
He's fine about it. Can we just eat?
No, I want to talk to you.
Talk at me.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
So if you haven't been going to practice, what have you been up to? You've been coming home awfully late.
I don't know. Just, doing homework and, hanging out at friend's house. Until you get home from work. Reading.
You sure you don't want to do something for your birthday? A party? 13. It's a big one.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, we got the big arena thing that night. I guess we can pretend it's my birthday party. It's all good. So where's Dad?
He had to go out. There was some problem in the field.
not good. It's a mess.
All this time? You couldn't fix it?
No, Joan, I couldn't fix it. You want to cut to the chase and say what's really on your mind?
What are you talking about?
Fine, it's a mess. Can we leave it at that? I'm covered in it. Gotta get this stuff off me.
So many forces pulling me in opposite directions with the full conviction of their course. At the same time, the somewhat severe realities of life pushing me to a place incongruous to both. So I retreated to the night sky, that one escape that always offered infinite possibilities. And there, I was neither pushed nor pulled by outside forces. Alone and of my own free will, I simply hungered to reach out and seek the great truth buried deep in the mystery of the infinite.
You see, all too often today we think of God in abstract terms, like some invisible vapor floating around in the sky. Or worse, as some sort of unidentifiable power in a work of science fiction. The 100-finger puppet master of the universe. All of this to twist the truth and manipulate the situation to make dealing with God work for us on our own terms. But let me assure you, God is far more tangible than all that nonsense. And the heavens he calls home a place your fancy interior decorating magazines and TV shows will drool over. And hell, a molten sea of fire that sears the flesh from the bone. When it comes time, there's only one way you're going to deal with God, and that's face to face, man to man. Now, let us bow our heads and pray in humility. Dear Father, in gratitude and thankfulness, we open ourselves and pledge ourselves this day. We come to you in all humility and our wrongdoing and our sins. And we lay these sins on this altar. In Jesus Christ's name, we offer this prayer. Amen.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know, I couldn't breathe. I'm fine now. I just needed some air. I can go back inside.
You gonna try and get to school? You sure I can't get you something?
I'm not hungry.
Okay. Well, I'm going to work from home. And if you're not feeling better by this afternoon, I'm going to want the doctor to take a look at you.
I'll be fine. I don't need a doctor. You can go to work.
I'll be in the other room.
Hey, Barlow, what's up? What's that?
The boulder you've been looking for.
What?
Was causing a problem in the induction pump. It was stuck in there.
What?
Just a little pebble causing all that mess. How about that? Lots of these pesky troublemakers all over the place. I'll give her a good clean out.
All right. Well, you're my hero.
Just doing my job.
So what's going on with you and the kids over at the old rink?
What?
You said you're reading to them?
Yeah.
Reading what?
Books. Right now we're reading Out of the Solid Planet. C.S. Lewis.
Oh. Are they a little old for that?
For reading?
Oh, for being read too.
They like it. Sometimes I even help them with their schoolwork, if it's stuff I know.
How long you been meeting up with them?
I don't know. Kinda since I got here off and on. Always seems to like it. Jumped right in. There's gonna be something in this world you watch.
Yeah.
There's something going on because he's kind of talking to me funny all of a sudden.
Oh, we're good. Just curious.
Should I keep reading to them?
I trust you, Barlow. It's always the pebble, isn't it? You go looking for the boulder, it's always the pebble. I owe you.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Heard you weren't feeling so good. We missed you today.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
Made you a copy of what we read so you can catch up. Copy machine over at the library isn't so good, but I think you can make it out.
Thanks.
Made you something else, too. Peanut butter, honey, and banana sandwich. Cures everything to PBHB. It's a secret, so don't let everyone know. Otherwise, it loses its power.
You're weird.
I know.
But I like that.
That's because you're a little weird, too. Eat the sandwich and you'll be as good as new. See ya.
Hey.
Hey, Ollie, what's up?
I need some help.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Well, I want to do some experimenting.
Okay. Anything in particular?
I guess I want to see how far science goes and then decide if I need God to solve the bigger problem.
I see. Once again, heady stuff. If you don't mind my asking, is this something that just came up, something you just thought of? Or does it have something to do with what you've been learning in here?
Okay, well, let's just say I've been thinking about this for a while, which is true, before I even ever took your class. Maybe even a couple of years. It's just, the things I learn in here make so much more sense when everything else doesn't.
Okay, first off, you should know, I don't think there's an experiment that's going to prove what you want here. Research, perhaps, observation.
Well, then tell me some stuff to read. I already checked out Origin of the Species. Heady stuff.
You understand, it can be a very slippery slope.
What does that mean?
It means once you head down this road, sometimes there's no backing out.
Can I be honest with you?
Always.
I don't want to be an old guy riding the fence. Not about this.
Ouch. On two accounts. But I hear you.
Oh, sorry. I really didn't mean it that way. You're not that old.
Yes, I am. But that's okay. It's honest. All of it.
So...
I tell you what. Why don't we both sleep on it? I have a feeling, with or without me, you're going to do just fine. Keep reading. But I do want to warn you, Ollie. No matter how far you go with it, how much of your life you dedicate to this, the science, the research, however long that takes, you'll find plenty of answers. Solid proof that expels the need for a God. But just when you think you've got it, there'll always be this one little thing.
What thing?
This pesky little thorn that nags you and pokes at your gut and asks the invisible question that demands a voice and won't give up till it's heard. Try to, and
He looked up. 6 white things were standing there, spindly and flimsy things, twice or 3 times the height of a man. His first idea is that they were images of man, the work of savage artists. He had seen things like them in books of archaeology, but what could they be made of, and how could they stand? So curiously thin and elongated in the leg, so top-heavily pouted in the chest, such stocky, flexible-looking distortions of earthly bipeds. Like something seen in one of those comet mirrors, it did not slacken his pace.
Your job is to put out a newspaper, not to clean up the place.
No, I
don't have to organize anything.
I do too. It's part of my job. I have to do that. I have to finish.
Try organizing your life.
And then...
So who knows what the process is called when a cell divides? Lucas.
Cellular mitosis?
That's right. Yeah.
The moment he was free, he found himself automatically darting behind his captors, then behind his spaceship, and on as fast as his legs could carry him.
Humbug, don't listen to them. I think a fishing pole is a splendid idea. Every boy should have a fishing pole, even if he lives in the Sahara Desert.
Did you ever have one?
Of course I did.
No, you did not. You never fished a day in your life. He didn't.
True, but I did own a pole. I made it, actually. And if Ollie here gets himself a rod, we might just change all that. Maybe take a couple of days off, hook us some fish. What do you think?
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Someone told me that they saw you marching along behind that fellow that sometimes works for your dad. Said it was quite the sight.
Joni, come on. You know his name. It's Barlow.
You know about this?
Well, I know that the guy who sometimes works for me, his name is Barlow, yeah.
Okay. So what's up?
What do you mean?
What were you doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know what you were doing, playing follow the leader with this man that none of us really know?
I do know him.
No.
No, he works for me, not sometimes, all the time.
He's a transient. Here today, gone to borrow, pick up a few bucks. We don't know him. We don't.
John, we're trying to have a nice dinner here, a nice family dinner. Do we have to spoil it?
Thank you. Thank you both for excluding me from this little secret of
What
yours.
secret? There's no secret. He reads to the
Whatever.
kids. He helps them with their homework sometimes.
He reads
Holly.
to them. The plot thickens.
What plot?
We don't know this man.
I do know this man. His name is Barlow. Barlow man. He.
Oh, okay,
he works
now,
for me.
both of you?
No, Jim. I'm not gonna do this. I can't do this anymore. Please say something. Do something. Help me here because I give up. Excuse me.
Can you help them?
Holly, it's really not my place.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's a sad story.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Before I was born. But I guess she's kind of freaked out that the same thing might happen to me.
That's understandable. How old was your brother?
When he disappeared? 7, I think. Yeah, 7.
Did they ever find out what happened?
Nope. Just one day he was outside playing, and the next thing he was gone. They don't talk about it much, but it's kind of always there.
Must have been hard on her, being a mom, and have something like that happening.
Dad seemed to deal with it okay, but honestly, I don't think she practices what she preaches.
And what's that?
Believing in God. That wherever he is, he's in a better place.
Do you think he's in a better place?
He had sufficient science to guess that he must be on a world lighter than the Earth, where less strength is needed and nature was set free to follow her skyward impulses on a super terrestrial scale. This set him wondering where he was. He could not remember whether Venus was larger or smaller than Earth, and he had an idea that she would be hotter than this.
And there I bounced between two worlds. The solid logic of science and its unquestionable ability to provide truth, and the awe of a friendly stranger who kept his wings hidden under colorful costumes and an earthly disguise, waiting for an exact moment for their revelation.
So what's up?
Nothing. Just thinking.
Could be another planet, eh?
Sometimes I wish it was.
Turn it into one.
How?
Walk by faith, not by sight.
Do you believe in God? Or at least some all-powerful thing that makes all this happen?
It's a pretty big question.
No bigger than you asking me if I think my brother's in a better place.
Mind if I answered your question with another question?
Go for it.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
You're kidding, right?
No.
Of course not. I mean, if I did that, that'd be pretty lame.
So you don't?
Let's put it like this. I've seen the Santa suit and beard over in Mayor Jackson's office before. And I gave up the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny a long time ago, so...
That's funny, because I believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, it's fake. A lie. I mean, maybe it's time to get real, because it ain't doing anybody good. Not anymore. Not these days. Maybe it's time to put the fantasies to bed and start living in the real world.
Okay, Ollie. Don't lose heart.
Making any headway?
Yeah, I think so.
And?
Nature. Wow.
I would have to agree. Pretty awesome.
Everything just seems to fit so...
Perfectly?
Yeah. I mean, I know it looks random, but there's logic behind it. One thing happens, and next, and next. Each part is built on the thing before it. I don't think you need a god for that. Just the conditions to be right. When it gets cold, rain turns to snow. When it's hot, it melts.
And some would argue that God created that order, that it's his design.
For what purpose? And if so, why design a world that's not perfect?
Maybe it is.
No way, man. There's too much pain, too much suffering.
The age-old argument.
I think God is something we made up to fill in the blanks for the stuff that we don't understand. You know, which is okay, I guess, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's responsible for the whole thing, or that he even exists.
You think God's a placeholder?
Right. Until the real answers come along, from science and proof.
So then you're saying maybe there's a God, but not the one everyone makes him out to be.
I guess. No. No. I'm saying I don't think there is a God. It's just a word to make us feel safe about all the stuff that we don't understand. Nature, that is real. I can see it, I can touch it, and I can feel it. And science tells me how it works, not God. Let's face it, what kind of God would let a kid vanish into thin air like my brother did? And what kind of God would let my mom hurt for all of these years? It's just a myth we made up to get us over the fear.
So please, everyone, let's really do our best to show them what we got and make Provost a proud, if not prouder, blip on the radar.
Which brings us to something I'd like to discuss.
Ms. Lawson, of course, the floor is yours.
I'm sorry, but this needs to be addressed if we're to put our best foot forward. This fellow, this straggly little creature who's been loitering around far too long now.
What?
This Patch Drifter, the one with the funny hat and filthy...
Helen, this is Barlow you're talking about?
I don't know his name, and I don't care to. He's very strange, and he talks weird, and I don't trust him.
All right, look, Helen, Bert, everybody. This is Barlow you're talking about. He's been around for a while now. He does clean-out work for me. He's a hard worker.
And what else do you know about him? Lately, he's been tooling around looking like a fool. And you know better than anyone, Gus. We've had our problems with these guys.
Helen, I'm not going to address that right now, but yes, he is one of these guys who floats in and out of our lives. He packs up and he moves on. But we count on these guys to come in, pick up the slack, and do just that. Look, what I do know is that Barlow is a decent, hard worker. I'll vouch for him. Please, Bert, move on.
No, I've got to say I'm with Helen. He comes in for coffee, he talks to himself. Who the heck is he talking to?
I'm not sure what you're supposed to call it now, but he's retarded or something. Am I right?
Disabled, challenged might be the word you're looking for, Miss Lawson. And now you're going to judge his character based on that? What's next?
No, Catherine. I'm judging his character based on the fact that there's something mentally off about him. So don't twist us around.
I'm not the one doing the twisting here, I can assure you.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask. Anybody else? Jonah.
Yes, Bert, I have a problem with him too. I'm sorry, kid. And Gus, I'm sure he's a hard worker and all that, but his challenges aside, the fact is we just don't know him. And he's out there with our kids, sometimes well after dark.
Once, Joan, that happened
No,
once.
he's out there,
Once.
he's out there with our children, doing Lord knows what.
He reads with them. Thank God somebody does.
We've discussed this.
Well, I just don't trust him. There, I've said it.
May I?
Lily, yes, please.
I don't know, but Emily has said nothing but wonderful things about him. And you know what? Her grades are up this year. She adores going over there.
Where?
The old rink.
But it's being torn down.
Actually, they meet up at his trailer now.
His trailer?
Charlie, you've seen him over at the old rink. What do you think?
He reads to them. That's all I ever saw. The place is gone now. They're gone now. It's none of my business.
That's it.
Gone to his trailer.
Come.
Fantastic.
Please don't ever do that again. Don't humiliate me in front of people we have known our entire lives.
I have to protect Oliver.
Marlowe has worked with me for over a year now. I know him. He's not going to walk away with our son. I know that. And I also know that's what's going on here. I know that that's what you're afraid of. I understand. But if you're not careful, Ollie's going to walk away all on his own. And the more you push and the harder you clamp onto him and squeeze the life out of him, the sooner it's going to happen.
I can't go through it again.
And you're not going to have to. But you have to let go. You got to have some faith. Because if you don't...
It happened. 16 years ago, a stranger, a drifter, just like Barlow, walked into our town, into our own yard, and walked off with our son. It happened.
We don't know that, Tony. That was speculation. We don't know that's what happened. We will most likely never know what happened. You gotta come to terms with it.
Yeah, but I don't understand.
That's just the way people are around here.
But I didn't do anything. We just read books.
I'm scared.
Of me or of books? Maybe both, eh?
Look, Barlow, just lay low for a while. Let this whole thing blow over, get past this big waste of money night. And everything will get back to normal. I promise.
Okay.
Don't take it personally.
Okay. Ollie told me about what happened to your son before him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, things happen. It's not a perfect world.
I suppose all this nonsense has something to do with that. Okay. I'll keep my distance. Don't want to freak anyone out.
Hey, Barlow, for what it's worth, I think you're a good man.
Yeah.
Hey, Barlow! Barlow! Barlow!
Hey!
Hey, Ollie. Maybe you shouldn't be out here.
Why did you leave me the cryptic message?
You figured it out, did you?
It's pretty lame. Me.
Yeah, well, I got you here.
So what's going on? What's up?
Just laying low.
Are you sleeping out here?
For now.
Why?
Do you remember where you were the night the meteor came?
Yeah, I was just outside. Totally random. Just looking up at the stars. Oh, so warm. The next thing you know, bam! I'm right in the middle of it all, watching it all happen. I think I was one of the only ones who actually saw it. Some people say they did, but they really didn't.
Must have looked pretty cool.
It was awesome. So what about you? Did you see it? I mean, were you around then?
Yeah, you could sort of say that. Can you keep a little secret? I came with them, me dear.
What?
Right. Flew right in with it.
Oh, yeah?
Rode the rock right in. And bam! Here I am.
And before that, you were like in what? Outer space?
You don't believe me?
No, of course not.
There isn't much you believe in, do you?
You're just strange. You know that? You're just really strange.
I know.
Oh, he had me in his grasp. He could have pulled back the curtain right then. But he knew I wasn't ready. Not quite yet.
There. That's what he's reading. I found it hidden under his covers.
Ollie, where'd you get this from?
The library.
Right.
And why do you have it? Is it for school?
No, well, sort of, but no, not really. It's just a book.
It's not the school, it's not the library, it's him. Come on, Gus, open your eyes.
Why don't you believe me? Open it up and go ask Kit. Take a look inside. It's from the library. It's not like they don't teach this stuff in school anyway.
He's telling the truth.
What's the big deal?
It's a book, Joan. You can't shelter him from that.
Whatever is going on here has something to do with that deceptive little man.
You are such a hypocrite. Everyone around here are all such hypocrites.
Ollie.
No, she's right. Time for some truth. You want to freak out? How about this? That deceptive little man, he's not from here. That's right. Barlowman came with the meteor. And you know what? I believe him. I choose to believe him 100%, 110%. Wrap your head around that.
Or maybe that's the problem. You can't wrap your head around anything these days, can you? You don't believe in anything, do you?
Ollie, come on.
You know what? I started thinking about it. It adds up. That's exactly when he showed up, right, Dad? About 2 years ago? That's almost exactly right after the meteor.
This is absurd.
No, you're absurd. Barlow Man is real. Believe in something.
Gus.
Come on, Ollie.
No, I'm with you, Dad. I can't do this anymore, Joan. I believe Barlow. I believe everything he's told me, and it feels good. For all you talk, you believe in nothing. For all your preaching faith, you have none. Finn disappeared, and so did you. You know what? He leaves. Barlow, wherever he goes, I'm with him. It's gotta be better than here. Stop. No, you stop. Get real. Believe in something.
Gus.
Ollie.
Why are you so afraid of her? Stand up. And it kills you, doesn't it? Uh-oh, there goes another one.
Joan, stop. What?
Show me. This is where the meteor hit, so show me. No. Don't you walk away from me. You're a big man now. You want your freedom. You talk big. You back it up.
This is so lame.
No, you stay right here and show me. Give me some proof. I need hard evidence.
What is your problem?
You. Right now, you are my problem. I don't know who you are.
No, I don't know who you are either. I've never known who you are. You left the building before I was born. And while we're at it, why don't you show me some proof? Grandpa and all his stories about God? Show me that. Oh, look at this. Look at this, an angel's wing. Now we're getting somewhere.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare speak against God like that, or your grandfather.
You pretend like all you want is the truth. But when it comes down to the dirty stuff, when the scary truth stares you right in the face, you run away.
What
kind
is that
of
supposed
faith
to
is that?
mean? What is that
You
supposed
know
to
what it
mean?
means.
No, I don't. I promise you.
All right, well, let's start with Dad.
What about Dad?
The way he is with the lady, the waitress.
What waitress?
See, that is exactly what I mean. You can't face it. You live a lie. Yeah, I thought so. So what is this? Is he like in love with her?
No, it's not what you think.
Then what is it? What am I supposed to think? I don't know where the lies stop or the truth begins. For anything.
It's complicated.
And uncomplicate it for me, because that is all I want right now, is to uncomplicate things. I want to know things as they are, and I want to know you. And I want you to be my mom, too.
So, what was your brother's name, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, that's cool. Finn. I can never remember what it was short for.
Finn. Ollie. Would you want to know where Finn is?
Oliver Henry. He's missing.
What?
He's gone, Bert. They can't find him. They think it has something to do with that Barlow guy. Ruth is like closing off roads. Joan is freaking out.
This can't happen. Not now. Not tonight.
Trust me, it's happening.
He's gone.
I don't know what to tell you, Bert.
I mean everything. Ruthie, for 2 years,
Bert,
everything we've been...
This is not the time.
I don't want to look like the bad guy here.
Bert, Joan's son is missing. Please don't make me hit you to knock some sense into you.
You're right. I'm sorry. You have whatever resources you need. You know that. What else can I do?
Go finish your party. I'll take care of this. We'll find him. Gus, we are doing everything we can, but you are going to have to stay strong for me. I need you to help Joan get through this. You gotta be her rock. She needs you. Look, we have the cooperation of every county around here. We'll find him.
I missed it.
So did I.
How?
Maybe we want to think it doesn't work that way. I forgot to ask, Barlow doesn't drive, does he?
I mean, he doesn't own a car or a truck. I've never seen him drive, no.
Well, how does he get around? He winds up all over the place.
I guess he just walks everywhere.
Well, he can't just walk into oblivion, can he? At least not in one night.
It's over. I lost him.
Don't say that. Look at all these people still doing what they can. We're gonna find them. You gotta believe that.
No. I shouldn't have. I pushed him away, just like you said. I'm sorry.
Joni.
What I did to you.
I need you to be strong for me. Because I'm so sorry. Sorry. Holly.
Gus, Joan!
We found him.
And that's where I sat. Through the jagged chaos of that entire night and the madness of a world I so desperately needed to bring reason to. A place, mind you, that not one other person in that town chose to investigate, despite their dutiful weekly pilgrimages. And it was then, under those odd and auspicious circumstances, delivered to conclusion by a man with a nagging thorn in his side, one that would drive him to look in the one place that contradicted his every belief. That for the first time in my young life, the darkness of the great void, that night sky that so fascinated yet confounded my imagination, would reveal its true self. That I may discover, or rather uncover, an invisible companion, a voice that would speak to me.
Ollie, would you want to know where Finn is? Finn is with God.
So you do believe in God?
I know your brother's safe with him.
How do you know that?
'Cause I see it out there. and I believe it in here. Walk by faith, not by sight. Happy birthday, Ollie.
In that single instant, my wave crashed on shore. And belief began.
Wow. Angel's wing?
Why not?
Live by faith, not by sight. And God?
God. Everything we've spoken of and more. That great and glorious mystery from which we came, and we are protected by and have faith in, and will always return to.
Big white beard?
Why not?
Oliver, your Bio 2 class starts in 1 minute.
Okay, tell him I'm on my way. Would you cover for me, Sarah? Thank you.
You made me late.
All I did was ask a question. You're the one who took a half day to answer it. Did you ever get a chance to go fishing?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
You still fish?
Avidly.
And Barlow? What happened to him?
I nor anyone else ever heard from him again. And I suppose he went wherever angels go to get a new top hat.